In the current state of social media platforms, building audiences, maintaining that exposure, and even putting it across other platforms, there are very few people that can accomplish the things that David Dobrik has accomplished.
Here with Justin Bieber today, and today we're going to see what do people think about Justin Bieber. What do you guys think about Justin Bieber?
I love Justin Bieber.
I will always have a special spot in my heart.
That is precisely why he can be categorized as just on another level of the celebrity status or the social media influencer status. Because as easy as it is to just pick up your phone and record yourself and have that go viral, well, there's a certain kind of approach that David takes in order to do this with his audience. So if you never want to miss an episode that come out about once a week or twice a week sometimes, then go ahead and click that like button and subscribe to this channel. That way you never miss a video. As I'm sure that most of us know that David Dobrik got most of his fan base on YouTube and making these vlogs that are kind of reminiscent of the show Friends. He has explained this and given examples of even in his merch that he has in parallel to the brand of Friends. But as this whole pandemic happened and the weird things of keeping us from hanging out with all of our friends, well, there are still things that you have to do, like keeping food on the table. And with David Dobrik, he has actually taken the approach of switching over to TikTok to keep that money flowing and to keep his audience growing. Doing this, he has completely transitioned his style of video making to his phone. Well, of course, that's what he would do on TikTok. But he has done this in such a way that is similar to his YouTube videos. So much, in fact, that he has been able to carry his entire YouTube audience over to TikTok and even surpass that number. And not so much as just even bringing his audience over to a new platform, but he is pulling in all of these numbers that he would have never achieved on YouTube. But actually, before I get into a little bit more of his content, I want to know from you guys if you agree with me on how David Dobrik is just on another level. And it is this specific level of social media influencer where you will have your audience go wherever you go. In a way, it's pretty much a great mix of his personality, the videos that he used to make, and the atmosphere of what you can see on TikTok already. Basically, he doesn't need to change much about his videos, but just upload them in a way that is friendly to TikTok. Vertical video, less than 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Snoop Dogg hanging out with David Dobrik, and this is the 420 blog, and this is episode number 420. So stay tuned for 4 minutes and 20 seconds of a whole lot of smoking, talking shit, and knocking a prefer.
Things like that, because he still has his overarching idea of involving his friends and having these ideas of trends. He still makes the same types of jokes that are unique to him and familiar to all of us. But it's not just that he's keeping the same atmosphere and doing it in a way that is good to him and that works for him, but he includes the celebrities that he used to always do, and he includes the trends that he always used to do. And structuring these stories of the TikTok videos in a way that works for the platform itself. That is the most important factor that I think we should pay attention to here, because you can't treat YouTube videos like you would treat TikTok videos or anything else really. It's really his structure and his knowledge of these platforms that is allowing him to be as successful as he can be on these platforms. Because with cancel culture and things like that that are within social media environments, it's really easy to screw up on your content and have your audience dip. That's the thing that I think is most fascinating, and I think that I want you guys to pay attention to in this case, because it's very easy to do that, but it's also really good to be able to know your audience well enough and know the trends well enough, know your storytelling well enough, and know your entire environment well enough to be able to transfer that. And just by observation, we can tell that not many social media influencers are even able to do the same thing that he has done. But it is only certain specific creators that have honed their craft and developed this audience that is loyal enough to them, well, to be able to carry them across.
Space that used to be an office space, and we have to turn it into like a fun house, we have to turn it into like a production studio, turn it into like a music studio. I want to build like a store in the front here that people can come.
Because 18 million plus people is not a very easy thing to transfer from platform to platform. A more realistic ratio of numbers that we can probably presume is, well, if you have 10 million subscribers, you could probably expect half of them or a quarter of them to follow through on being entertained by you enough to follow you through another platform. But in David Dobrik's case of surpassing his previous YouTube count and doing that so much so as in a few months, well, that's a type of fan base loyalty and social media knowledge that not many people come across very often. And for me personally, one of the best things that I think David does as a balancing act for his, well, TikTok videos is not only keeping the trends flowing, keeping the celebrity appearances going, but he also just chills in his house and shows us things here and there of what he actually just casually sees. Like one of these most recent TikToks that he made with Ilya, where he broke his nose and just was bleeding everywhere. This is one of the things that we know David Dobrik for, because we have seen violence, or not really violence, but in his YouTube videos. We're used to seeing things like this. It's part of his brand. Well, think about Jonah and the bike stunts that he's done, I guess.
No, I think I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh my god. 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 Are you good? Are you good? Oh my god. How are you?
Like, we all know that if we were in this position, it would really suck for us because of the painfulness that it comes with.
I feel fine. Let's get Jonah into the hospital.
But in these videos, it just follows through as a huge joke because that's how it always is.
David, let's get this footage into the edit.
That's like a viral Twitter video. Hold on, wait. Oh my god.
And when they can actually know how to follow through on this content of transferring this YouTube atmosphere over to TikTok atmosphere and making it still flow as a joke, well, that's how you know that you're doing it right. Go ahead and make TikToks or make YouTube videos or any kind of social media content for that matter, but it's a completely other different story to actually go out and do it and make it work and have your audience feel like they're included in it enough so that they want to stay, and still making it feel authentic to you as your brand of David Dobrik. I mean, think about it. He's not a dancer, but he still allows this trend of dancing, and making these videos with Charlie, well, they make it work in a way that is authentic to them both, but funny. That way we can actually get the hang of his brand in every single video. Basically, I think that the level that David Dobrik has achieved is being himself, and people will follow him wherever he goes, for that matter. That is not something that everyone can carry the quality to achieve, and David Dobrik has done that in the best way possible. I mean, if we can even go back a few years, how many people really succeeded from, well, becoming famous on Vine and then carrying the audience over to YouTube, just like David did? I don't think we could say that many people could have achieved the same thing that he did in the same way. So yeah, guys, I mean, I think it's really fun to just watch David do his thing and keeping his brand above water and even growing it exponentially, for that matter, and doing it in a way that follows trends and keeps new people watching and keeps his same fan base watching him, keeping it interesting by changing up the content subject, things like that. And while I think it's a rarity, I think it's also something that we can all just watch and have fun with. Don't forget to leave a comment down below and letting me know what you guys think about David Dobrik and his transfer of brand audience. Do you guys like his TikToks as much as you liked his YouTube videos, and how do you think he has changed it? In what way? He's still the same David Dobrik, but there's definitely something other than just being him that has helped him achieve this amount of success. If you guys have enjoyed this breakdown of David Dobrik and his TikTok brand, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this video, as it really helps me push these videos out to my audience and stuff like that. And without further ado, I hope you guys have a good day or night, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.